What's up, my Pongios? Andy Vlogs. Merry Christmas. Today in Christmas, I got the new Amazon Halo Band. This is a cool smart device that came out that you have to opt into their beta program, and I was fortunately eligible. So I'm going to be reviewing it. I'm going to be doing some exercising this year as my New Year resolution. I mean, I'm not trying to be cliche, but I haven't worked out in like 10 years, and so Santa brought a cycle bike, and I got a couple of smart bands, and so I think this would be interesting to see. A lot of people had mixed reviews online, and I will be one to throw my hat in the ring. This unboxing is pretty simple. You've got this charging device. It's kind of like a stand that it fits on, and then you fit it in there, and that's where it charges. You've got your information and instructions. It's pretty straightforward. And then you've got the actual band itself. I really like this. This is very minimalist, very rugged. It does have a little bit of stretch, a little bit of like maybe a little bit of spandex in here, and then it's got this Velcro here to allow you to put it on, and then it just kind of looks like this. That's it. The side of it is pretty straightforward as well, and then on the back you've got the health sensor for probably your heart rate, etc. Your charging point is right there as well. Alright, the charging device is kind of interesting. It's like a clamp. It clamps over it, so you have to match up the red dots here with obviously the port there. So once you put it on, it kind of like magnetizes on there and then clamps tight like that, and then you have your USB port that you plug it into just like that. So I'm gonna let it charge for a bit and then we'll go use it. I kind of want to have it on the underside of my arm, that way it can get my pulse better, but you can do it however you want. And then I will break down for you the app a little bit later, but I'm just gonna live with this for a couple of days and then come back and give you a review. It's been 2 weeks since I've used the Halo, and I think it's been pretty fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and share you my screen here and show you my stats so far. Okay, you can see that it is now currently syncing, connecting with my wrist. It shows you up at the top. There is how much battery is left. It lasts about a day and a half. Maybe 2 days, I'd say. It'll only last about 1 day if you allow this tone thing to happen. And what that is it basically listens to the conversations that you're having and then rates how positive you are based on the words and adjectives that you use. Let's first talk about activity, then sleep, then tone, then body. Those are kind of the main things. And then they've got this lab section, and then I'll show you live. So activity, this is based on your heart rate and how intense, how much it beats, how high above your resting it is. So you can see last week, or this week, or last week, I had 2 big intense days of workout, and then the rest of the time was pretty much nothing. That means I worked out about 2 days a week. I'm slowly working towards 4 days a week, and this is my 3rd week this week. You earn points by the amount of intensity that you do, and that's based on their system of scheduled system of activities. So as you can see, I played basketball. It shows you throughout the time that you did that basketball, your heart rate, how much intensity, how light it was, how many steps, what your heart rate was, etc. It's pretty great. I actually really like how much data is pulled from this. This said that my heart rate was higher because I did half an hour of intense cycling. I actually didn't go on a cycle. This was just our workout cycle bike that I bought my wife for Christmas. So it shows you how many steps you did, all the activity that you do. So that's basically what I did. Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are the 3 big workouts that I've done, and I'm working to do more. Let's talk about labs. Labs are basically specific workouts or programs that you're looking to do to raise your heart rate and whatnot. And this is kind of where the money maker is they provide you these conditioning labs that you can work on. It does cardio, lower body, 40 minutes, blah blah blah. And I haven't quite done any of the labs yet, just because I'm trying to ease into it. I haven't worked out in 10 years. I was on all sorts of sports teams in high school. I don't want to hurt myself. So this is what's nice. You can kind of cater how intense, how quick, how long you want based on these workout filters. And then you've got these programs. These are geared towards healthy mental and physical and emotional, stability. So you can do activity based, you can do sleep based, where it helps you calm your mind, relax your muscles, fall asleep better. It helps with dietary and nutrition. It gives you prompts, notifications for doing things. This is more mental, mindfulness. I did one mindfulness thing to break my cycle of anger. Apparently I'm angry, according to my tones. Then it's got these tone listening programs, which are kind of interesting. So we'll go back here and show you my activity. I completed my task. I was doing 150 points. I did 159, which is exciting. Let's talk about sleep. My sleep habits are horrible and I need to work on them. This Halo system really has some awesome, statistics and figures for you for this. So it shows you all 4 types of awakeness. You've got your awake, your REM, your light, your deep, and it shows you all of those different categories. It tells you what the sleep score. It's based on how fast you go to sleep, how long you sleep, how many times you're interrupted, and whatnot. That was, I think, on a Saturday, what my sleep was like. So I had taken a break. I'd woken up early in the morning, did something for an hour, and then I went back to sleep, and you can see that my sleep wasn't very good. I was in bed for 9 hours. I was only asleep for 7. I was out and about in between, probably just laying in bed for an hour, looking at stuff. And it shows you my quality of sleep. It says that I actually have a temperature, which is kind of interesting. Which it's really interesting with some of the statistics that it has here for you. All right, let's move on here to tone and then body. So the tone here, it's talking about how positive, how energetic you are, some of the things that you say, excited, negative, affectionate, that kind of stuff. So apparently I was afraid. I said something that worried, anxious, or afraid. I was restrained earlier today. I had said something that was happy or encouraging. And apparently this is supposed to help build positivity and energy. And those are some of my phrases. When was this? Was this in December or recently? No, this was today. Lastly, it does body scans. So here you can see my body scan. A lot of people were upset with this, that it's like a privacy thing. And some people were saying that it's like a nudity thing. But no, you just wear underwear. You put your body scan in there. You take pictures and it shows you what you look like and how much, based on how much you weigh. And so I have a pretty healthy body fat percentage, 16.7%. What I'd like to do is tone my muscle and lose some weight. I'm usually not, 175. I'm right around 160, which is my target amount. But I don't want to unhealthily lose weight. That's not good. So yeah, that's basically it. The 4 main sections. This is what you're paying for. I have a free 6 months subscription to this, and the subscription is definitely based on the activity labs and programs that you can do. Let's go ahead and show you live. As I demonstrated earlier, you can do live mode where it talks about some of the words that you say. I'm really uninteresting right now. Now if I go, oh my gosh, that's so cool, this is amazing, I can't believe it, you're so annoying, I hate this, why don't you just go do things that are angry and irritating? Whatever, I don't even care. No one even cares. It's not even something that we should even worry about. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. It still thinks that I'm angry right now. Sure, yeah, I'll do that. I think it'd be fine. If you want to, I'd be happy. That's alright. I don't know. So you can kind of see as it's jumping and bouncing back and forth, the way that I'm talking here. I'm going to delete that because it's not really indicative of what's going on. And then it shows you your resting heart rate. And hopefully it shows you, yep, 75 beats per second, beats per minute. That wouldn't be good if it was per second. And it shows you your active heart rate. All right, the final verdict, folks. I think this is great. I don't really care to have a watch that tells me the time, that I'm constantly looking at it, that has a screen. I'm constantly at a workstation and a computer typing, and I don't like a big heavy thing on my wrist. I do end up liking this strap, even though I told you I had issues in the beginning. It's very, very light. I very much forget that it's there. And when I'm typing, it doesn't make it really uncomfortable or hurt my wrist. That was my biggest issue with watches. Nextly, there were a lot of comments and a lot of critiques about this device because it didn't have the face. It didn't tell you time. I don't really care. I look at my phone every day. That's what tells me what time it is. I don't need an extra watch to tell me that. Another issue is when you're doing activity, it can't tell what you're doing. You have to tell it what you're doing, right? So in other words, if I go on a run, it'll know that my heart rate increased and it'll guess that you had some activity, but it isn't until you tell it that you did an actual activity that'll then give you the points towards it. And then you have to do it based on the time that you did that activity. Otherwise, you can preset and like start an activity and then go do it, and then it'll easily catalog that activity. Other than that, there really, in my opinion, there isn't much intrusiveness. It's Amazon. You can't really connect it by, talking to it and saying, the keyword to talk to the Amazon assistant. It doesn't integrate that I could tell with your fitness on iOS or on your Google Fit, which is unfortunate, because these are completely different companies that want to track their own data that way. They don't really want to share it. If you know a way of doing that, down in the description, tell me, and I think that would be great. So I can connect it with my Google. I think that would be awesome. Lastly, a lot of people had issues that you had to be naked to do the body test. No, you don't. You just need to wear underwear, obviously, and it'll sense your it's very simple, and it'll sense your body fat. It also tells you it'll tell you to put clothes on. Let's just say that. And it's very simple. It's very easy. Nonetheless, guys, I give this a favorable rating. I don't think it's like the greatest thing out there. I think it would be, 4 out of a 5, a 9 out of a 10. I think it's very, very accurate. The battery life is terrible. That's the biggest hiccup that I have. Nonetheless, if you guys think this was helpful or friendly, hit that like button, subscribe down below. My name is Andy, the Andy Vlog, signing out.